Okay guys, so in this video let's handle the spinner inside our cart fragment. That is this spinner I am talking about. That is for the individual cart items inside the recycler view. So if we select this spinner here, nothing happens and we do not get the updated price here. So let's see that how do we handle this spinner. So let's go to our application here, and here the first thing we would like to do is that firstly we'd like to go inside our cart list adapter where we have created our interface. That is the cart interface, and here what I am going to do, I am going to create a new method that is called change quantity. So it would be void change quantity like this, and this would takes in two arguments, that is the cart item and the quantity. So cart item, and the quantity would be an integer, so int quantity like this. And now we need to implement this method inside our cart fragment, because our cart fragment implements this interface, that is the cart interface, and we have already implemented the delete item method here. So let's implement that method also, that is the change quantity. So now this method is implemented here, and now somehow we need to call this method with the cart item and the new quantity. So for that, let's go to our cart list adapter again, and in here inside this constructor of this cart view holder, what we would do, we would simply say cart row binding dot quantity spinner dot set on item selected listener. So set on item selected listener, this one here, and new on item selected listener like this. And here we get two override methods. We do not have to do anything inside this thing here, that is on nothing selected, but we have to do only inside this thing here, that is on item selected. So firstly we need to get the quantity, that which quantity was selected, that is if it was 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, and we see here that for 1 we have the position of 0 here because spinner positions are 0 index. So here inside this method we can get the quantity from this position. So we can get the quantity here like this, that is int quantity equal to position plus 1. And now here what we'll do, firstly we'll make a if check here, that is the current quantity of the item is equal to this quantity, that is the new selected quantity, because we do not want to update our recycler rows even when the previous quantity was 5 and someone again selects 5, because the method, that is this method, would always be called, that is whenever you select an item, and it doesn't matter here whether you selected the same index or you selected the new index, but it will always be called. So firstly we'll check that if the quantity that is this new quantity is same as the previous quantity. So firstly we'll check if quantity equal to get item, and here the position would be get adapter position dot get quantity like this. If the quantities are same, then we simply want to return. We do not want to call our cart interface, that is this change quantity method. And if this is not same, then what we want to do, we want to call our cart interface method, that is cart interface dot change quantity, and here it takes in two arguments, that is the cart item and the quantity, and we can get the cart item like this, that is get item, get adapter position, and the quantity would be this new quantity that we have here, that is this quantity. And now we are calling this method, that is change quantity, and now this method is implemented inside our cart fragment, that is this thing here, that is change quantity. So now what we need to do, we again need to create a method inside our shop view model, that is change quantity. So let's create a method inside our shop view model that is called public void change quantity like this, and this takes in cart item and the new quantity, which is an integer like this. And now what we want to do here, we want to again call a method inside our cart repo that is called change quantity. So cart repo dot change quantity like this, and here we need to pass in these two things, that is the cart item and the quantity itself like this. And we need to create this method, that is change quantity, inside our cart repo. So let's go to our cart repo here, and here we are going to create this new method here, that is public void change quantity, and it takes in cart item and the quantity like this. So now let's call this method, that is shop view model, that is just change quantity from our cart fragment. So here what we can simply say, we can say shop view model dot change quantity like this, and here we can simply pass in the cart item and the quantity itself. And now let's go to our cart report to fill in this new method, that is change quantity. And before doing so, let me remove a couple of lines here, that are those empty lines inside this remove item method here. And now inside this method, what I want to do, firstly I'll check if the mutable carts dot get value is equal to null, and if it is equal to null, then we can simply return from this method here. So if mutable cart dot get value equal to null, not 3 equals but 2 equals, then we simply want to return from here like this. And now what we want to do, we want to get the current cart item list, so we can say list of cart item. So cart item list equal to new array list like this, and mutable cart dot get value like this. And now what we want to do, we want to create a new updated item from this new quantity that is coming here as a parameter and from this cart item. So let's create a new cart item here. So cart item, let's call it updated item equal to new cart item, and the cart items product would be from this cart item. So cart item dot get product, and the quantity would be this quantity that is coming here as a parameter. And now what we want to do, we want to update this cart item list. So we can update the cart item list by using dot set method here, and here we can get the index very easily from this cart item list dot index of this cart item, which is coming here as a parameter. And here with which element we want to update, we want to update it with the new item, that is this updated item like this. And now finally what we want to do, we want to simply call mutable cart dot set value, and here we simply want to pass in this cart item list. So now everything would work, but here we need to make a couple of changes inside this cart item model here. So let's open our cart item model, and here inside this diff util callback, that is for this item callback. Here previously what we have done, we have returned the old item dot get product equals to new item dot get product, and if this returns false, then only this method would be called. But instead here the products are same but the quantities are different. So instead of returning here, that is this boolean here whether the product is same of both the items, instead what we should return here, we should return here something else, and that is we should return here old item dot get quantity equal to new item, not this thing, new item dot get quantity. So if the quantities are same, the recycler row would not be updated, or else if the quantities are different, then the recycler row is going to be updated. So now let me remove this thing from here. So now let's run this application, and let's go back to our application here. So now let's go to our cart, the cart is empty. So let's add this item here, and now let's go to the cart here, and now let's select this spinner here. So let's select 3 here. So we see that the row updated here, and we see the new reflected price, that is 3 times the price of the price per product, and we can change it again and again. Now if I select again 5 here, we see that the row is not updated, and if we select 1, the row is updated, and if we select 1 again, the row is not updated, because this thing is handled here inside our cart list adapter. That is, if the quantities are same, then we are not calling this change quantity method. So this is how we handle the spinner. And in the next video, let's see that how do we set the total price here depending on the products here. So let's see that how do we do that in the next video.